very important in the democracy that people should vote because it means they're voting for the future of this country. It's a very, very important responsibility. It shows that people have power. Because in the end, it's the people who decide who is going to run this country. So very, very important. Everyone should vote.
Talandira madando komanso tikugwira ntchito yothana nawo madandowo. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commission has thoroughly reviewed all the complaints that were lodged for the presidential election, and we declare the presidential elections to be free and fair, and these results are the true reflection of the will of the people of Malawi. By the powers vested in me, by Section 80, subsection 2 of the Constitution, as read with Section 96, subsection 5 of the Parliamentary and Presidential Elections Act, I, Justice Dr. Jane Maem Ansah, SC, Justice of Appeal, hereby declare candidate Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika as the President-elect of Malawi and Everton Herbert Chimulirenji as Vice President-elect of Malawi following the 21st May 2019 presidential elections.
In her own admission, the Malawi Electoral Commission chairperson did say that there has been widespread use of Tipex from Nsanje to Chitipa. And in her own admission, she says that the Malawi Electoral Commission never supplied any Tipex to any MEC officer. That in itself, the use of Tipex in itself should have been a red flag, because we need to ask questions as to where people got Tipex. We need to ask questions as to what was the intention, what was the motivation behind Tipexing these documents.
Malawians are demanding the explanation of the elections that happened on 21st May. And they are saying no to Tipex elections.
Ziba amena akuli Jane answer. Amena washuga bena pali ponse. Amena wagwedesa zigoli. Angosia udindo pansi amalawi asawone udindo anthu oyipa. Kusintha kuli mmanja mwathu ifeyo. Chikana khajanze kungosia. Anthu more than 15 million akavulika chifukwa cha munthu mmodzi. Iyeyo ndi ndani? Asinthe nditu atule udindo pansi.
We think the executive branch of government has failed us on the issue of Jane Ansah. We would want the parliament to intervene, but we're still going to continue to put pressure to the executive as well as the parliament.
What happened in the House today, let me place it on record that it's unfortunate because seeing members of the Malawi Congress Party behaving in such a way is uncalled for.
I, Justice Dr. Jane Mayen Mansa, swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
The two people that the Chief Justice mentioned, one of them is a senior public servant working in one of the three arms of government. The other one works in the private sector.
We are very convinced that we have presented the evidence that was supposed to be brought before the court. To begin with, the use of TPEX, which was one of the complaints by the petitioners. TPEX we have proved through their own evidence and even our evidence, and that from the Electoral Commission. TPEX was used to make genuine corrections.
Give or take, we have established in many respects that we are talking at least about 1 million barrels cast that are affected by the irregularities as we allege and contend before the court. Surely, on that basis alone, the court must nullify the presidential election.
It must have been a challenging thing considering the tensions that were there, and I need also to commend the Malawian public for being understanding, for their patience, for their calm. We didn't have any incidents in court or outside court during the submission period, and I would believe that the atmosphere, as peaceful as it is, will prevail.
Fellow Malawians, the judges have done their part. We too must do ours. We must seize this moment and make it count. We must come together and forge a new Malawi.
demand that the executive and other vile agents that seek to undermine our democracy should take their hands off the judiciary. May you take your hands off our judiciary. As indeed others have said, this is the same judiciary that you will need tomorrow when you are fallen from the high places you think you have.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Yeah, oh, you listen to mama. Yeah, oh, you listen to mama. Yeah, oh, you listen to mama.
On May 21st, 2019, you, the people of Malawi, voted in an election that was free, fair, peaceful, transparent, and credible. We won that election. I won that election. Therefore, I call upon all Malawians to come out to register and vote to restore the will of the people.
This is our date with destiny, and this is the time for the beginning of a new Malawi.
Lazarus Chakwera of MCP has received 2,604 votes and 43. Peter Dominico Sinos Driver Kwani has received 32,456 votes. Arthur Peter Mutarika of the Democratic Progressive Party has received 1,751,877 votes. Therefore, in accordance with Section 80, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi, as read together with Section 96, subsection 5 of the Parliamentary Presidential Elections Act, the Commission declares that Lazarus Chakwera, the candidate who has attained 58.57% of the votes, has attained the requisite majority of electorate as appearing in the second schedule and is duly elected as President of the Republic of Malawi.
Much as find this election unacceptable, that for the sake of peace and for love of our country, which is larger than all of us, I wish to ask all Malawians to be peaceful.
One thing that Malawians should learn is that doing things that are not right will not pay. We will not benefit from doing what is not right. Whatever is evil, it will catch up with you one day.
Malawi is where it is today in terms of not being adequately developed, largely because of a severe measure of impunity that we have. I mean, look at corruption cases which have not yet been concluded. Look at human rights violations.
I, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera. I, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera. Do solemnly swear that I will well and truly perform that I will well and truly perform the functions of the high office of President,
the functions of the high office of President of the Republic of Malawi, and that I will preserve and defend the Constitution, and that I will preserve and defend the Constitution and that I will do right to all manner of people, and that I will do right to all manner of people, according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, So help me God. So help me God.
There can be no new Malawi if the only people deemed guilty of ruining this country are those who lost the recent election. I put it to you that there can be no new Malawi if the only people deemed responsible for fixing this country are those who won the recent election. I put it to you that there can be no new Malawi if the only people to build it are Chakwera and Chilima. No. So long as I am president, I will insist that no new Malawi must be built except that which is built by Malawians. That's us.